I want to talk about managing systems. Because if you're doing one-offs for people, and I got a little story about a one-off that bit me in the butt very recently. I could present on this all day, but hey, we all know following our own advice sometimes is a problem. And, focusing on systems, consistent systems, does a lot to prevent issues around favoritism, around resentment, around things being different for this person in comparison. So, everything should be consistent, and it should be managed through a system. Set clear expectations. Any of you guys heard of Brene Brown? Clear is kind, right? Clear is kind. If you know what is expected of you, then you know what to do. And if you don't know what is expected of you, well then, it's hit or miss, right? Create repeatable standard processes, always, right? Again, these one-offs, they don't give you any real data to rely on and to look back on as you're evaluating your performance or an employee's performance. And then what do you have? Gotta go. You want to track and you want to measure everything. And if it's inconvenient to measure and to track, find another system. That's exactly why we created our software, by the way. Because compliance, which, how many of you enjoy doing Joint Commission and state documentation? Raise your hand if you enjoy it. Raise your hand if you think it stops you from doing the job that you want to be doing, or you're supposed to be doing, right? It gets in the way. You know why? Because you need a system that makes your information usable. Again, it comes back to like we were talking about just a few minutes ago. If you're not tracking data in a way that you can use it, and a way that you can measure it for quality improvement and for performance improvement, it's a waste of time. Don't waste your time. Use your information, collect it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. When you have processes that are not standardized, systems that are not standardized, documentation that's not standardized, you have people that you hire somebody new, coming from another organization, they don't know what you're doing. You got a one-off system of whatever it is. That's why when people talk to me, people hire us all the time to modify their electronic health records so that it meets state or Joint Commission accrediting standards. Because what happens is, and I don't know if any of you are in the position of purchasing an EMR or have been involved in that purchase decision, but everybody's talking about customization and one-offs. Well, there's a problem when you one-off systems. You hurt people's ability to onboard and adopt your system effectively. Because they're learning something different from the last place, they're learning something different from the place before, and so on and so forth. Adoption becomes a problem. You also want to create good policies. Policies are really important because if you want to create a system that works, policies are imperative. And following your policies are also imperative. The other thing is you can't let anything slip. Again, it goes back to the people who have kids. You let something slip, what's that? It's going to happen again. You're setting a precedent. Exactly. And we all know when we let something slip and we set that precedent one time, somebody's right on their heels to do the exact same thing.